We are honored to have a conversation with someone who's been an elder, teacher, and guide for so many of us, Dr. Conrad Worrill. Just briefly, Dr. Worrill is a native of Pasadena, where his father was best friends with Jackie Robinson's older brother, Mac Robinson. Conrad eventually migrated to Chicago, where he was a football and basketball and track star in high school, a veteran of the Vietnam era as well. He went on to earn his master's and his PhD, and ultimately be the director of the Center for Inner City Studies at Northeastern Illinois University. But he is most also a veteran, not only of the Civil Rights Movement and SNCC for a while. He was at the 72 Black Political Convention in Gary. He was chair of the National Black United Front for over 2 decades, one of the pioneers in the National Coalition for Blacks Reparations in America. He's been fighting for reparations. He organized the Millions for Reparations March after being one of the directors of the Millions Man March in Washington, D.C. So our brother has done a lot. And I should also mention, he was one of the architects of Harold Washington's victory as the first Black mayor of Chicago. Conrad, hey, brother, you on with Roland and me, man.
I'm a revolutionary. I'm a Pan-African nationalist. And I haven't been aligned with any political party in terms of loyalty throughout my whole life. But this is what I have to say. The Reconstruction period that ushered in our right to vote, and where we are now in this critical moment with a maniac in the White House, I think all Black people should bury the hatchet. I know electoral politics has its limitations, but at this hour, Black people need to unite and help throw Trump out of the White House, bury our hatchets, try to unify around some specific Black agenda items in the back room.
You specifically say in the back room. Obviously, stuff plays out differently today on social media.
What I mean by that is we need to grasp some things generally that we can agree upon. But more importantly, even if we don't agree, let's bury the hatchet and take Trump out. Take the man out. The man is no good for humanity. He's no good specifically for Black people. This man gets reelected, we're in deep trouble. So that's my message. My message is, can we once for all bury the hatchet, Black people? Can we say, hey, this is a critical hour with a man telling us to take a drug that will kill us? A man leading the charge against Obama not being a citizen of this country in the first place? A man who allies himself with the Confederate leftover vestiges of white supremacy? A man who obviously has no regard for the millions of people who are being affected by this virus? He's only concerned about his reelection. I mean, come on, Black people. Can we unite around getting Trump out? Can we bury the hatchet in unity for this particular moment in history? Frederick Douglass, who was a civil rights advocate, and Martin Delany, who was one of the early Pan-African nationalists during Reconstruction, they united 150 years ago. So this is a critical hour, and I'm only pleading to Black people to bury the hatchet and take Trump out.
So the election is not just about who wins the next 4 years, it's who controls the federal bench for the next two generations.
Absolutely, Roland. Look, there's a wing in America of white people that want to take us back, that we ought to go back to the Confederacy, and that white supremacy should prevail, and they should reemerge to be the power force in America. When they say they want to take America back, what they mean is a Confederacy tradition of white supremacy where we become their property again, and they impose non-humanity status of not having any rights that a white man will respect. And they will do that in part through their Supreme Court and other federal courts throughout the nation. Ideas are weapons of war. And right now, the idea is to unite black people to take Trump out, whatever it takes, whatever our debates with each other, whatever our internal contradictions with each other, wherever our internal differences. It is time to figure it out, bury the hatchet, and take Trump out for the future of our race, of African people inside America, and all humanity. So I would say to the young people, I love y'all, but listen to your elders. Listen to your ancestors. Don't make the mistakes of the past, of our youthfulness as young people coming out of the 60s. We made a lot of errors because of our youthfulness and not really reading, studying, and understanding the history of the black movement and social movements in America. It's been a deep cause. So I would just urge them, the young people, to pay attention to history, pay attention to intergenerational conversation, and pay attention to the mistakes that the young people made in the 1960s. I love y'all, young people. We need y'all to help us take out Trump. We should work to make him agree to some of our agenda items. And we should fight the man and pressure the man and do everything we can to exercise and leverage our support for Joe Biden. I'm sure some of the items that we've advocated over the years, we can force him to adopt if we unite. If we got all this old talk before we unite, it's just Negroes hollering in electoral politics trying to get famous.